I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view, out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era, I'm better in my new era, I'm better in my new era.
The last present under the tree, always the one that holds a surprise or two. Our final fixture of the weekend, our last look at Premiership Women's Rugby in 2025. And we're at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road, as Leicester Tigers look to take ever-improving form into this Round 8 clash with undefeated defending champions Gloucester Hartpury. Well, hello everybody. You are very welcome. Great to have your company. Have you done your Christmas shopping yet? If you celebrate, have you got all the wrapping paper around you? Are you wrapping those gifts? Because if you haven't, well, over the next couple of hours, you can watch a bit of PWR and get on with that as well. Could there be a shock on the cards this afternoon? We have bottom of the table, Leicester Tigers, of course, taking on, well, a much-changed Gloucester Hartpury. And we are in the company of a Rugby World Cup winner. Kat Merchant is with us. Good afternoon, Kat. Are we going to see a shock on the cards?
I can't imagine so. Being honest, I think that's a big ask. I think Gloucester, even though they've got a heavily rotated side, Leicester are up against it, I would say. They have been improving throughout the season. Last week against Ealing, defensively, there were some holes there that they'll have wanted to fix, and I think Gloucester will be, their players who don't often start are going to want to prove themselves. So I think they're in for a tough match still. Yeah,
okay. Well, we are rounding off the year here, but what a year it's been for women's sport, for women's rugby. We saw, of course, on Thursday, the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. England quite not able to get the team of the year, despite winning that World Cup, something your side, I know, managed to achieve in 2014. But Ellie Kildunn picking up the second place in that Sports Personality nod. That's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's just absolutely huge. It just shows how far rugby is known, not just in rugby fans watching it. This is just everybody has really got behind it, and she is in incredible form. Player of the match in yesterday's game, really just standing up, seems to just be enjoying her rugby, embracing the back of the World Cup win, and just, absolutely, I'm buzzing to see how far rugby has come. Gutted that the team didn't win it, as I think, well, obviously they're incredible, but just amazing where we're at now.
Yeah, everything Ellie Kildunn seems to touch seems to turn to gold, doesn't it? Some of those touches in that game yesterday, the try she scored, all absolutely incredible. The PWR kicking on as it continues to do. Right, we will begin to focus then on this game, and of course those who are going to feature and who've had maybe an interesting week preparing for this one. Let's hear first of all from Leicester Tigers head coach Fraser Gocher. Well, Fraser, how have the last few weeks been to lead you to this moment today?
Yeah, look, some ups and downs. I think we had some good performances against the likes of Lightning and Harlequins, but obviously some disappointments, especially last week against Ealing. But we're confident that the week has really prepped us well to go up against Gloucester Hartpury today.
Leicester Tigers are a side that need to bring it against every team, obviously. Is there a nature of having to balance that energy over those match weeks?
Yeah, I think so. Like we're not in the position that a lot of other squads are in terms of being able to rotate. We've got a smaller squad, so we need to manage our players better. But again, we're looking forward to today.
What's the focus been this week then ahead of the champions?
Just aggression, just making sure that we can come out and put up that fight that we showed against Harlequins and hopefully bring even more today.
And does the selection of the opposition, well, I'm sure you'll tell us you focus on yourselves, but does it leave the door slightly open for you to be able to motivate the girls and take an opportunity?
Yeah, look, I think staff and players are always going to look at that selection and think, oh, there's a good opportunity there today. But we're not taking it for granted for sure.
Well, great to hear from Fraser Gocher, and we are now joined by one of Leicester Tigers players, someone who knows the PWR and formerly the Premier 15s very well. Formerly of Loughborough Lightning, now of course the Tigers. Jenny Maxwell, how are you, Jenny?
I'm very good, thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for joining us. So what's the last few weeks been like? We sort of heard from Fraser a moment ago about kind of managing the energy of the players, but how are you doing and what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's been good. A bit up and down in terms of our performances. So we were disappointed after the Trailfinders game last week. We felt we didn't really put in the performance that we were hoping to. So looking to build on that this week, definitely.
Yeah, and what was it probably about that performance that you thought wasn't quite there?
Definitely discipline. We gave away a lot of penalties, got on the wrong side of the ref in that game, and really struggled to pull the momentum back. A little bit over the last few weeks, again, our attacking breakdown needs to improve, needs to be a bit more clinical there, and our speed of ball, because I think when we've got ball in hand, we look dangerous.
And you're playing top of the league today. What is success going to look like for you?
Yeah, we are massively focusing on ourselves all through this season. You know, we're just looking at pushing our stats on each game that we play. So tackle completion, you know, speed of ball, things like that. Just really focusing on ourselves and our processes. But we absolutely want to be tested against the best in the league. You know, every single team in this league is fantastic. And so, yeah, it's good to go against the best and see where we're at.
Amazing.
And big question, what are you doing for Christmas?
I'll be off my feet, sitting down for some of it, and just enjoying time with family. I'm going to go to my husband's family and spend some time with the nephews. So
Very nice. Are we all quite happy that there isn't a game straight after Christmas?
absolutely, we did that last year, and it was great fun down at Allianz Stadium. But yeah, ready to have a bit of a break after 4 games on the bounce.
Yeah, I should think so. Jenny, we appreciate your time. Go and get yourself ready, and good luck this afternoon.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, we will now have the opportunity to catch up with the visitors, of course. Gloucester Hartpury are here, and a little while ago I caught up with Dan Murphy. Well, Dan, thanks for joining us. How's the week been?
Yeah, it's been great. It's nice to have a few new faces in the group. Some girls have been away earlier on in the week with some England 20s camp, but they've dived straight in on Wednesday, and excited to see them play today.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll tell me you respect the journey that Leicester Tigers are on, but obviously it does present you with an opportunity to have a few more people, a couple of first starts, a couple of club debuts.
Yeah, exactly that. It's we've had a great start to the season, and I came into this role saying that I want to trust the pathway, and opportunities like this are ones we don't want to pass up. And having someone like Sophie McQueen, Molly Bunker we've seen the last 3 weeks, she gets her first start today. Sophie McQueen starts, Allow Pearce first PWR start, and we've got Ellie Wilson coming off the bench. They've been going real well in our university pathway, Buck Super Rugby, and it'd be great to see them out there today.
How do you keep the nerves at bay for those players that know they've got to step in and keep standards high?
Yeah, it's something we've been working on this year, bringing them and exposing those players into the group earlier, rather than just, oh, you're in playing this weekend to come to train. So the PWR Cup was great for that. A lot of the girls had played in this group, played for GH in that period and trained in and around the environment. So that's not new. The only bit that's new is places like today, but we remind them it's 4 white lines, 30 players, 1 ball, and away we go.
There it is. Best of luck.
Thank you.
The head honcho at Gloucester Hartpury. We are now joined by fly half Lizzie Goulden. Lizzie, how are you?
Pretty good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. This is a club that has quite a winning culture about it. What's that like to play amongst, and does that add any pressure on a day like today?
Firstly, it's amazing to be a part of. I think we're all kind of on the same page on and off the pitch. Like, we love each other's company. We love having fun on the pitch. I think that's quite evident in the way that we play. We like to move the ball around. So brilliant to be a part of. In terms of adding pressure on a day like a day like today, absolutely. We just want to go put our best foot forward and hopefully, get the results that we are after today.
And you've got a few of your big dogs being rested, which means some of your less experienced players can come in. Mm-hmm. You at 10, you've got some of those on your inside, on your outside. How are you going to manage that today?
We talk a lot about our pathway, and I think today's the kind of day where you actually put those words to the test. So it's a massive opportunity for the young girls to step up. We obviously want to give them every confidence to go and just be themselves, take the opportunity and have fun with it. So we try not to put too much pressure on them, because they're here, they're picked for a reason, and if the coaches didn't think they could do it, they wouldn't be selected today. So I'm real excited to see how they go, and just hope that we can give them the platform that lets them express themselves and just take the opportunity.
There's going to be plenty of chat from you in that 10 channel then.
Definitely, yep, absolutely.
We will look out for that. Well, of course, we haven't mentioned so far that this is a contest that also fights for the Slater Cup, for a cup that's obviously been put into place between Leicester Tigers and Gloucester because of the brilliant man Ed Slater, who of course is fighting that motor neuron disease. It's a chance to really up the stakes on the rivalry, but what an incredible guy he is.
He really is. He's such a massive inspiration to the club. Like, we've literally got a quote from him on the wall, and it, like, every time I read it, it actually makes me really think, you know, how am I making the most of my time? And obviously they put out the video at Christmas time about what we're doing with our time and how to make the most of it. I think it sends such a powerful message. And yeah, we want to get the job done for Ed as best as we can, because he has obviously gone through an extremely tough time. And yeah, we want to make him proud.
Yeah, we all do, certainly. We send our very best to Ed and the family. Finally then, what are you doing for Christmas?
Funnily enough, I'm actually on a 9:45 p.m. flight tonight from Heathrow to New Zealand. So we're hoping the game goes smoothly. And then Maud and Tat have got the car fired up. We're going to hightail it down the M1. Hopefully make it in time.
Wow. How many renditions of Chris Rea driving home for Christmas are you going to need to get through for that journey home?
I think I need something a bit more up speed because I am scared.
I think that's the announcement for your gate. It's probably time to get going. Lizzie, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. Me and Kat have got to run up to commentary because this game's going to get underway pretty shortly. So let's get into it.
Competing for Leicester and the PWR is everything I've worked towards.
Proud to represent the people of Leicester.
We are Leicester Tigers. Leicester's different. It comes with years worth of heritage, and I can't wait to represent them.
I'm proud to represent my family, my hometown, and just working together with a team to get the wins.
I'm looking forward to proving people wrong and showing that the underdogs can come out on top.
Power, passion, pride. Come on, Tigers.
Oh, we've sped up to our position. The last look at the PWR for 2025 then, and let's see how both of these teams line up. For the home side, Fraser Goetcher and Ross Bundy back. Most of those who've been putting their shoulder to the wheel all season. Up front, they make 3 changes to the pack with a fresh pair of props in Ellie Smith and Clodagh Dunn. Hermione Farmer stepped up from the bench last week to start in the back row. 2 changes to the back line see Kristen Bitter moving from 15 back to own the 10 shirt, with Tess Bury in at fullback to captain the side. On the right wing, Zoe Evans replaces Charlotte Daly. Lingham and Henrich are the key threats in that Tigers midfield. And on the bench, a Tigers debut awaits for Eve Slater, signed just 9 days ago. For Dan Murphy's Gloucester side then, well, it's nearly a full rotation with just 4 remaining in the starting 15 from round 6 after they sat out the bye week during round 7. There's a PWR debut for Alal Pierce in the second row and a league debut for Sophie McQueen at number 7. A first start awaits new signing Neve O'Dowd and centre Molly Bunker. Kate Williams is chosen to captain the side, while Emma Singh is the real constant for the Circus this season. Top point scorer in the league, topping multiple attacking stats, and a Rugby World Cup winner with England in September, along with Jade Sheckles. And looking at that Gloucester Hartpury bench, 2 further debuts await. Eloise Harris and the speedster Ellie Wilson, both keen to make an impact later on. Was a little bit of a late change in there as well. You may have spotted if you were looking at the lineups earlier in the week. Claky George has come in to replace Bianca Blackburn, and Hannah Dallavale, formerly Hannah Jones, comes in to wear the number 23 shirt. We've got a bit of light misty rain falling. I mean, it's almost par for the course when you come to Mattioli Woods, Welford Road, that the East Midlands puts on a bit of mist and murk for you. But hopefully you've got a little bit of eggnog or something stronger by your side to ensure you're cosy wherever you are tuning in to watch this one. Rugby World Cup winner Kat Merchant is alongside us as the Leicester Tigers replacements just begin to tiptoe out down below us and form a guard of honour. The Slater Cup awaits both of these sides. Of course, on the men's side of the match, it was Leicester Tigers who took the honours on Friday night in the Gallagher Prem. But here come the visitors. Kate Williams leading out the side, former officer in the New Zealand Navy, of course. Got on the score sheet against Trailfinders in round 6. And here come Leicester Tigers. Tess Fury, the USA Eagle, leading out the side in the captaincy role. They were disappointed with the showing against Trailfinders. Cat Merchant, previous performances, particularly that display at St Stadium of Franklin's Gardens, was one of those where they really felt they were kicking on. They played against Harlequins, they got 4 tries in that game. This is a Leicester Tigers side that is developing, that is getting better.
Oh, absolutely, really getting better. From the start of the season, they've been putting more points on each team. Apart from that Ealing one, as they said, they really felt disappointed by their performance in that one. But this isn't a team that just is turning up. They want to get better. They are up for this today, and I think with the rotated squad, it's going to be their best chance of having playing top of the league.
Referee for this one is Matt Sharp, assisted by James Pidding and Daryl Chapman.
Ready?
Our last helping of Premiership Women's Rugby of the year then, the greatest league in the world, Leicester Tigers against Gloucester Hartpury. Can the Tigers cause the circus to miss a beat, to question the routine, to drop a ball? Or will it be a magnificent 7 in terms of season wins for the defending champions? Emma Singh pirouetting out of the contact that Jordan Russell was trying to bring. Lucy Simpson, lovely tip on immediately to send the barracking Cecilia Tui-Palatu, who is careering into the 22 with such purpose. Goulden putting more width on it.
Penalty advantage.
Shekels. Gloucester Hartpury already with penalty advantage. Cutting back in goes Tabitha Cox.
Penalty advantage, purple.
Oh, and it's just been lost by Tui-Palatu, but the penalty advantage called.
Oh, Gloucester going straight into that one. Tui-Palatu is such
green,
an incredible player, just so strong when she runs. She cuts that good line here, the out to in line. Defensively, though, Leicester are going to be really disappointed with that. You can't have 3 players missing her this early on.
.31 caps for Wales now, as the Maud Muir is one of those rested in the stands, not too far along from us. There's Lucy Simpson. Waits to give them the platform from the line out. It's a really strong initial rumble, and then they're over, but the ball might just have been held up. It's a brilliant bit of Tigers defence.
Amazing work, got her full body underneath her as well. So really putting the body on the line there, fantastic work. So here you can see it's really getting rolling, and look at the strength there. Getting underneath her, making sure she holds her up. Great work from Russell.
Jordan Russell, formerly Hartpury, of course. It is that element of coaching now that happens. You get close to the line, and actually the defence would rather pull you over and become the welcome doormat and just lay underneath any attempted grounding, and it was brilliantly performed there by Jordan Russell. But it's Gloucester Hartpury coming forwards again. Allow Pearce, one of those making a PWR debut. Capped for Wales and played a World Cup before playing in Premiership Women's Rugby. Simpson. You can tell that these replacements, despite the rotation, Cat Merchant, they all feel like they've got a point to prove. It's Copson again into space. The offload is exquisite. The finish is Emma Singh. And the player in the league who's topping the points charts and the metres made only had a few to add to the tally to get over for Gloucester Hartpury's first. That was slick.
Very, very slick. You can just see how well they work together. A couple of their big runners managing to then offload. This is a great take from Singh. It's slightly behind her. She just casually one hand takes it and goes over. But worrying for Leicester, early signs. And I think just defensively, it's the one-on-one hits. I think those are the things that, you know, coaches and players were saying they wanted to be aggressive in this game, and yet to see that.
52 points became 57 as Singh crossed the whitewash. This to take her a point shy of 60. No problem at all. 3.5 minutes on the clock then. Gloucester Hartpury up to a 7-point lead.
What's the problem when you hold a try up, but then they did the kick back and it goes straight to Singh, and she's so dangerous with ball in hand, and they're just confident in their ability.
Well, there's been an early change for Gloucester Hartpury because Bethan Lewis is coming onto the field. I didn't quite see who it was has made their way off.
Side back on.
We'll get you that information shortly. In the meantime, handling error from the restart, and that will gift the perfect position for Leicester Tigers to potentially build a reply.
Yeah, perfect for Leicester
Right
there.
through, yeah.
Like, you don't like to see errors, obviously, from either side, but it does mean that Leicester now get to capitalise on that. A scrum in a really
Patience
strong
and
position on
balance.
the 22, and really to stay in this game, they have to strike with every opportunity they have. They have to be really, really clinical with their opportunities, because they might not get many.
So Bethan Lewis has gone to number 8 because it's Tabitha Copson who has just been taken from the field for an HIA.
Bind. Set.
Aneka Laberry, France under-20s. It's a good shot from Gloucester Hartpury. Oh, and they couldn't quite get control at the back. Laberry went digging for it as the scrum came towards her.
Knock on by
Really
9,
tricky
scrum,
to
purple.
dig that out. And having contacted the ball with the fingers, it's actually the knock-on.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is getting bounced around there off the back row's feet, but want to be able to really get your hands on those and be able to attack.
Hands possession over to Sian Jones, formerly of Sale Sharks. Hasn't had a ton of minutes
Crouch.
in her time at Gloucester Hartpury.
Bind. Set.
Goulden is positioned, waiting for it. Oh, penalty. Leicester Tigers.
Purple to ground.
Goes against Tui Palotu.
So, yeah, they could be really pleased with that. They get a second shot at it after having the knock-on there. So it looks like Bitter's going to put this one into touch, and they can have a go at the line out.
Now, Catherine Merchant, you and I have occasionally accepted a glamorous invitation to far-flung parts of the world to work on rugby 10s, and Kristen Bitter is a player that we've both seen on that circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. She carves up at it, really, because she can, you know, we've seen already in this league, she can play 10, she can play fullback, very, very versatile in what she does, so great to see her in this league.
To the front they go. Tigers look to try and get this going. Mika Gunter is on the ball, the South African. Looking to try and ask questions to Gloucester Hartpury here, how they would love to rumble this to the line. They've managed to shear away. They've certainly got rid of a decent number of those purple shirts on that drive. Laberry had a little look left. Oh, could finish this in the right, could they? Tackle certainly come across, and might have been a suggestion of the high shot from Hendy.
I'm just checking. I didn't have a grounding there. Again?
But as the player was high,
Okay.
but for the high tackle.
Yeah, so to high tackle during the act of scoring. And you got a number?
Player here.
Well, you wonder whether it's a penalty try consideration at this point.
Well, with the okay. So captain and
Let's have a listen.
all right. So we have a probable try to be scored. However, we've got this player as a high tackle, so it's going to be a penalty try, yellow card. Okay.
She was guiding, so.
Yellow card.
Well, Pip Hendy might try and appeal, but the referee and his assistant coming to the right decision. Of course, we don't have the TMO on this particular fixture, and so it's a conversation old school between the man in the middle and his assistant. And Daryl Chapman working well there to ensure that the right information was imparted. And, well, there we go. It was nearly the try for Zoe Evans. It's going to be the 7 points. And, well, certainly, had they scored in that position, the conversion might have been a bit tricky, but we're all square.
Yeah, all square, and most importantly, they're now be playing against 14, which is exactly what they'll be wanting, to a really good result for them there.
Laberry sends it away. Conceded that early one to Gloucester Hartpury. They'll be wary of that threat, but they've taken an opportunity to reply straight away, and that will give them real heart. Just got knocked on though. Singh. Oh, and it might open up for Emma Singh here. Had the support from Jones.
Step.
Away from Goulden. Big hit comes in as Sophie McQueen makes the carry.
Scrum advantage over.
On a league debut for Gloucester Hartpury, a popular character among the squad. Kate Williams, the skipper. Driven slightly backwards. Oh, and that's just lost. And Shekels.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that one because Gloucester really was starting to build there. What I love about Gloucester is how quickly they turn their defence into attack, and that turnover, they're just straight on it. But yeah, Sheckles there took her eye off it, I think, and lost that one.
So your feet were too far back, all right? And I need you to keep your height in the bind. Okay, let's go. Main thing, feet. Right underneath you. Crouch. Bind. Set.
They'll be wary of this shove that comes on from Gloucester Hartpury.
Balls out.
Laborie gets hold of it that time. Bitter.
Back in.
Puts the right boot through it. Singh well positioned. Looking to make those meters. Offered the little dummy. Eventually brought down the initial tap on the tackle from T. Gordon. McQueen again. Former under-20s captain. Decision making is good from Gloucester Hartpury as to when those little tip-ons need to come. Lewis arriving off O'Dowd. Goulden just wanted to play the percentages there. Just push Leicester Tigers back into their 22. Fraser Gocher chatted to us pre-game, Cap Merchant, talked about just wanting to see more aggression from the team that was missing against Ealing Trailfinders, perhaps after those big performances against Loughborough Lightning and against Harlequins. They were just a little spent emotionally.
Yeah, and I think they turn up in attack, like you can see from the way that they got so close to the line. They were scanning left, right. They've got numbers there. I just think defensively, I'm not seeing enough aggression for where they would want to be, I imagine.
Tigers line out. Well won. Russell. Always one of those that won't take a backward step in attack or defence. Oh, but that is turnover time. That's a really good penalty from Lau Purse.
Off your feet. Yellow boot straight off her feet.
So they've deemed that as off feet in the breakdown. So yeah, it's a supporting player then doesn't try, and sometimes you'll get away with it if you bounce straight up and drive, but sealing over the ball.
Green on the line.
Tell you what, Gloucester aren't playing like they're playing with 14, are they? They're really going for it. They're offloading, the booting behind, the chase. They're not doing the boring pick and goes, playing down the clock. They really want to go for it.
May need reminding of that little yellow marker as they play the next few minutes. With that reduced number, they've certainly got the shove. They're driving on McQueen, who brought that ball down with ease. They're over the line, and that's the grounding. Try time, Gloucester Hartpury. It looks like Kate Williams. Second try of the afternoon. And they certainly made that catch and drive look very, very simple and efficient.
Yeah, training park move, really. They were very confident knowing what they were doing. So go up at the front and they just time it so well. Everybody comes in together and not much Leicester can do there. They've come around the side a little bit instead of getting in and behind it. And Gloucester just managed to drive straight all in together. And yeah, there's no way stopping their great angle here that you can see that clearly grounded. No one get a hand near that to try and hold it up.
That's 2 tries in 2 games for Kate Williams. Try against Trailfinders in round 6. Couple of weeks to reflect on that glory and then get another one. Conversion from Singh is a beauty.
She's so good, isn't she? Just all round fantastic, skillful player. You have to be said. I mean, playing for England and having Kildun at 15, like, you know, fantastic player there, but Singh would make any other starting squad. Surely, she's just so good.
You just wonder if she's going to be one of those names that, you know, never gets the full caps that she deserves because of having someone like Ellie Kildun in the way. Talked to Paul Grayson about that with regards to certain Jonathan Wilkinson, of course. But, yeah, great performer. Second most defenders beaten in the league. Started every game this season, Emma Singh. And had a kick success rate that tops the charts as well with 84% in the league.
Purple on the
She
edge.
was 7 out of 8 against Bristol, 2 from 2 today.
Yeah, Gloucester score wide as well. They look to utilise, get it to their speedsters, and why wouldn't they? And so Emerson's taken a lot of these kicks from really out wide, and she's still nailing
Purple's
them,
on
which
the edge
is
of the line,
great.
step in. Green, please. You can come in more. Come in. That's fine. You can complain. They're all on the edge of the line. I told you can step in and you didn't move, so they can close out, so it's a metre. That's it. That's it. That's fine there.
Gordon brings it down. Really good competition for that, with plenty up, putting the
Penalty
pressure on
advantage.
Lewis, one of them. Now penalty advantage to the home side.
High tackle, Purple. 10. Then you were rolling away.
Goulden a little too upright in that hit.
There you go.
High
I think there was
tackle.
a secondary one as well. High tackle, and if it wasn't, you'd have been done for not rolling away. So that would have been 2 coming here. But it's a nice flat platform for Leicester, and they get in very, very quickly as well to get it going. Not the easiest to kick from Bitter right from the middle of the pitch, but she makes about 15-20 metres on that one.
Yeah.
So here's that carry, and then it's the speed to get in and make sure that that ball is secure.
Georgie Lingham, one of the key threats for Leicester Tigers.
Yeah, so dangerous in space, and she only needs a little bit of space as well. That's tiny half gap, and she can carve up through it.
Bitter on Forlingham.
Shot.
No way,
Gloucester
Purple.
Hartpury
Lost it.
know how to lock the door when they need to. Ellie Smith with the carry. Penalty, Gloucester Hartpury. And they just have the nous and ability to get in over those balls. Their selection of which rucks to compete for is top draw.
Yeah, they're relentless in their defence. You can see the line speed coming up, and then as you mentioned, just that recognition, getting hands in over the ball.
Lucy Simpson doing that. I mean, you know, Kelsey Jones rested. Signed a new contract with the club this summer. I mean, Kelsey Jones, Neve Jones, two not bad hookers to be learning under.
And there's the shot. that huge hit going in there, which we love to see there.
Yeah, Neve O'Dowd involved as well on a first start for the club. Joined just a short few weeks ago. Oh, it's really solid from Hannah Pearce as well. And there is O'Dowd.
Release, Green.
They're going short side. They've got the numbers. Oh, the knock on.
She's coming back for the knock on at the line out.
There was a knock on at the line out. It was begging the score.
Oh, it really was, wasn't it? That's a 2v1. That goes to hand. Quick pass across. That's a score in the corner. I like the intuition from them as well, because I think Leicester thought that was going to be driven line out. They managed to pop it and keep it alive to keep them guessing, but just couldn't keep hold of that one. But they were playing with that scrum advantage anyway, so they won't be too upset by it.
I can tell you that Tab Copson passed the HIA, so he's back on with Beth Ann Lewis retiring back to the replacements bench.
Set.
In from Jones, who's going to have a little look at that short side with Mia Venner to call on. Tried to get in and get the turnover, but not that time. O'Dowd there for Pearce. It's another big collision, and look at her still going, the youngster. That's what Sean Lynn loved about Ella Pearce. Quick ball, Goulden able to just pop it up for Bunker. First start for Molly Bunker on her third club appearance, but Tiana Gordon says anything you can do, Gloucester Hartpury, we can do too. In, over the ball, penalty, and stops the rot.
Yeah, brilliant from Gordon there, just over it so quickly, very clear to the referee as well. So, because there's some great Pearce here, look at that, like the leg drives that she has. Look as well, she's trying to get the offload away, doesn't quite get it, but in here, it's a good carry, Great clear release from Gordon, which is the important part. Then straight on ball, wins her side the penalty. Great defensive effort.
She may as well have done the hand clap.
Yes.
In old school, to show that you release the player in the tackle before you go back in.
But that's textbook how to jackal as the secondary tackler.
They're still coming, prop. Right.
Referee Matt Sharp is having some fun at line-out time.
Can you stay there, please? Otherwise I'll free kick you next time. Gone backwards.
Line out to the tail. Dropped.
You're taking her off the ball. You're pulling her away from the ball.
Neve O'Dowd wondering what's the call, but Labaree is certainly going. And is there just a little bit in? Is there enough track for Zoe Evans? Not quite. Ball's gone forwards.
No, but I like that from Leicester. I like that they had an opportunity to just quick tap it, go and keep Gloucester guessing. They're causing themselves problems in that line out defensively.
You went for the player, not the ball. So you pulled away.
So referee saying going for player, not ball, which is where that first one was, and then a lovely tap quickly. And support play, but as you said, just not quite enough room there. Doesn't actually go into touch, but just knocks on the floor off it.
Gloucester Hartpury back up to their full complement after the yellow card for Pit Pendy.
Bind. Set.
Ball is out. Gonna have to play it.
You've got to ball away.
Bunker making a few metres. Ball is gonna flip end over end as quick as that. Fury is back there to make the clearance with the boot. It's safe.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, as you said, safe kick there. Tracks back, very confident under that ball. No pressure on her, makes it clear.
From New Jersey, the USA Eagle, 34 caps. News, of course, that their former head coach, Sione Fukufuka, is going to be taking residence north of the border with Scotland. Following Brian Eason's reign. Oh, that might work out nicely, that is. Great reaction time now. Big heave of the ball over. That worked well from Gordon to Lingham after Bitter sent them on their way. Evans cuts back in, right option. Finds the support of Fury. Russell. O'Dowd was out of the traps. Was she early? Call is there. Referee's going to give the penalty. The coaches behind us, Cat Merchant, were willing to give him the information. And O'Dowd has actually just stayed down for a moment.
Yeah, there was a very loud offside scream coming in from the coach's bench. So off this line out, obviously not straight, but then really great work on that bounce. And look, this is where Leicester looks so dangerous because they are just heads up, they move it, they're scanning, the offload. Really great to go from one side of the pitch right to the other. If I'm being critical, I'd say they're slightly too flat, which doesn't allow them to put the full amount of pace on out wide. And then here's, yeah, they're offside. Yeah, she's ran before that ball's out.
Yeah, there's just a collision there. Oh, it's a big old hit. Collision there between O'Dowd and Copson, just coming together while they were making the tackle on the same player. And just opened up the head of Tabs Copson, who's got a smile on the face as she puts the sponge on the forehead.
Well, the problem is whenever you get like a cut on your head, it does bleed just so much, and so it looks a lot worse than it is. So I'm glad she's smiling and she's feeling all right, and the medics are looking after her.
Tigers from last season, no Meg Jones, no Francesca McGee, Amy Cockayne, Talia Brody, May Sangapolu. Grace Dean, one of their bright lights, out with an injured knee. They have conceded the most points in tries in the league through their first 6 matches. Ranking lowest for metres made and carries. But they lead the league in terms of restarts retained, and the highest post-contact metres in the last round. So that's showing where they're growing, where they're showing their belief. As, of course, for this Gloucester Hartpury side, well, of the 10 core players who've been starting more than half of their games this season, only one in this 15, missing the likes of Mo Hunt, Sarah Beckett, Elle Perry, Maud Muir, Sam Monaghan, Tat Hurd, Clicky George on the bench, as is Hannah Dallavale and Beth Lewis. Emma Singh really the constant in this side. And of course those making first appearances, Sophie McQueen, Hilar Pierce, and the bench cover in Harrison Wilson. You just see the two players come together here. Oh dear.
Yeah, you can just see that head on head. Never nice when you get those in. Neither players look too phased though as it happened. Actually, they just crack on with it.
It's a phenomenal patch-up job.
Yeah, speedy as well. Like, well done.
One offside.
Well, Tigers will be hoping it's more of the same. Bitter just came slightly off the outside of the boot. She was, I think, aiming a little closer to the touchline, or to the try line. It's still outside the 22.
Yeah, it should be a bit gutted with that really, because they do have, you know, they'll want to have the option of being able to drive that line out as they did in the build-up to their first try.
Gone for the quick option at the front. That's worked nicely for them. Lingham got the call on the outside, that time from Henrich. It's just shut down though. So they tried to play it. Goulden's ended up knocking it on. I don't know how the referee didn't quite spot that, but I think the assistant was on it.
Yeah, I was thinking, am I seeing
I'll
things
take my
from up
words
here?
back, Catherine. I think it's fair. I'll take my words back. I was a little harsh to judge there, wasn't I?
Yeah, so the kick, initial one gone back, but then definitely that one does go forward off Lizzie. And then it's free for all on the floor there. But again, talk about how Gloucester just turned that defence into attack. They're playing the whistle. They're going, okay, fine, let's go, let's offload. They flood round to that right-hand side. They just look so dangerous from wherever they are on the pitch.
Had her first PWR start in 21 months in round 5, Lizzie Goulden.
Crouch.
Solicitor by day. Catching a flight at 9:45 this evening, if you missed the top of the show, by the way. So we could do without this one running over, so that Lizzie can get back down the motorway.
Unstable on the set. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I thought I was pushing it heading to Paris tonight, but she's going to New Zealand. So.
Everybody's got a glamour tie, apparently. I'm meeting a friend in Birmingham. It doesn't quite sound the same.
Not quite the same ring to it, no. I'm allowed to say that I went to Birmingham.
I'm fairly sure Birmingham will be a delight, actually.
No, I'm sure it will.
Height and hold the weight. Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Oh, the ball's not been hooked back on the Tigers' side, so it's there right on a plate for Gloucester Hartpury to play, and Jones is there. Then Goulden through the midfield from Bunker, and Sheckles and Hendy. Here that penalty advantage is now being awarded to Gloucester Hartpury. Through the gap they go. That's nice from Steph Else.
The hands green. No, she's been taken there.
We'll come back for the penalty.
I think Gloucester were hoping to say that was off feet at the breakdown, but that wasn't the penalty. She got pulled into it, as a lot of players do, to try and force the penalty, but ref spotted it. So here's that scrum, as you said, just missed the hook. And then really good strength from Gloucester. So the penalty coming from offside at the scrum, we can hear the referee say, as Singh kicks it long, but she's missed touch.
Bitter sends it back. Water had come onto the field, or the medic was on the field as well, so everyone thought we were going to have a little pause there. But now there's another penalty. Oh, that's a lovely line from Goulden, and on the shoulder, Mia Venner. She's only got eyes for the sticks. Mia Venner finishes the score. Electric from Venner, but it was Goulden who spotted the angle, took the line, and set the winger off on her way.
Yeah, as soon as she made that line break there, I knew they were going to be in for a score, and especially when you've got Venner on the shoulder, so they're playing with the advantage anyway. And then a look quick from Lizzie, and then that perfect back inside offload from Venner, who's been tracking it, and that lovely arcing run that she does. She just looks like she's jogging.
It's that movement from Ellie Smith, isn't it? She was sort of guard on one side of the ruck, moved to the other, nobody closed the gap, and it was just a gift for Goulden.
Yeah, absolutely, to just spot it and then come in. Quite often tends to sit back and they want to move it wide, but actually she's not scared to get involved, run those hard lines, make those breaks like she did in that one.
Third try for the visitors. Fourth start of the season for Mia Venner. 2 England caps for the Red Roses.
Yeah, she was in the discussion, wasn't she, for possibly someone that was unlucky not to go to World Cup. But however, you generally take people with quite a lot of experience when you go in. But she was definitely on the radar, I'd say, of the coach. She's such a prolific finisher. And
kept close to that squad, though, as a number of them were, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And well, we all know that there's a certain England 14 that has now stepped away. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of people banging on the door to fill the shirt vacated by one Abby Dow.
Absolutely. Tough boots to fill, though.
Absolutely. You need to be a hand at crochet as well.
That's true. No pressure.
Yeah. Have you got a hobby? You might be quick, but... Right, what has Fury got here? Comes up to halfway. Pops it out for Henrich. USA internationals linking up. That's Smith. Nice ball back inside for Russell. Tui Pelotu. Doing their best to hold up Russell. Lavery for Bitter. Big double hit. It remains with the home side.
Backwards.
Lavery's lost control just a couple of times at the base of either scrum or ruck.
It was ripped forwards. Green ball. Ripped forwards.
Will be another Tigers scrum.
So ripped forwards into the contact, the referee is saying, rather than it being into a knock-on. So that one has gone backwards, and then this one you can see it's stolen. Yeah, so it is stripped, so that does come off Gloucester.
Yeah, Lucy Simpson doing the good wrestle work to get the ball away from Lingham, but yeah, they're not quite able to control it.
But then really good to get back in hands and offload it. So they really are just playing to the whistle, just going and attacking.
And all the while, it's a play that slows down anything that Tigers were building.
Set, steady.
Again, it marches backwards. It's so difficult to get in there and get the ball out, and then it ends up against the head once more. Penalty advantage. The chip goes in. Nobody's there. Venner's after this as the ball dribbles into touch. Referee was playing the advantage. Will come back, but scrum time proving to be a really difficult area now for Laberie and Co.
And the scary thing as well, watching this, is, as you mentioned, all those players for Gloucester, the usual starters, that aren't involved in that front row and in that pack, and Gloucester are still producing scrums like that. That was like absolutely next level strength.
Yeah, Sian Jones is getting ball to play with from scrums that she might not expect. Of course, she's in there. There's no Natasha Hunt this week, who is the league's top try assister with 11. That's just one cog in the wheel of experience and ability that this Gloucester Hartpury selection is without. 3 appearances at Rugby World Cup for Emma Singh. Given a bit more of a run than she might have expected after Ellie Kildunn had the concussion during the tournament. BBC Sports personality, second place for Ellie Kildunn. The rise and rise of women's rugby exemplified in that award. But it's a not straight call from the penalty, and Lucy Simpson, while involved in an awful lot of good, has had a couple of moments that'll just be quite frustrating.
Yeah, because those you really need to nail, because you know, when you're in the 22, you've got that attacking platform, you want to utilise it, especially as we know how great their driven line out is. So not a straight one, not under a huge amount of pressure from the Leicester defence either in the line out. Yes, they do get up early, but not something that you need to risk not throwing straight for.
Well, there was the one that Leicester broke from earlier as well, wasn't there, that was really wayward. So sharpening up on the arrows is certainly going to be a focus. We've got Tigers side that are struggling at scrum, and the Gloucester Hartpury side that have let a couple of line-outs go awry. Russell looked to break. Dowd was all over her from behind, and now they're trying to hold up. Simpson involved in there. Maul now called from the referee. So unless Tigers can use this, if it goes to ground or can't be used, it'll be a turnover to the visitors. That's the call. It's a super bit of Maul defence from Gloucester Hartpury, and Nevo Dowd and Lucy Simpson can take full credit for it.
Yeah, well, it's really smart play because of how dominant their scrum is, and Dowd is on that so quickly as well. Nice and strong body position, holding that ball up, and now they can just be happy with the fact that they're going to have a scrum in a really great position here as well.
Irishwoman, no doubt, signed a few weeks ago, have been playing a club rugby with the Wolfhounds in the Celtic Challenge. Noel Perry this week, another one of those big guns rested.
Okay, yes.
20 caps for Ireland, O'Dowd.
You're going to do a blood, Katie. Yeah.
The little groups are just forming and having a chat. I love seeing who groups together and what they might be talking about.
We may be seeing Bethan Lewis once again, who is coming on for cameo roles over the course of the first 31 minutes.
That's tough to do as well when you've got to come on just for, you don't know if you're coming on properly or if you're just going to be on for the 10 minutes and what's needed. So a really difficult headspace to be able to just switch on and immediately get straight into it.
Just in front of my phone. It's here. Good spot. Yeah. Yeah. Contact lines, right. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, just lost control. They were getting all the go forwards. And then I think Laverie, well, certainly we're getting the penalty from the scrum anyway. Referee calling it the other side. I don't know whether Laverie might have been seen as going offside to come and collect the gift that was headed her way. But either way, Emma Singh is going to put Gloucester into the corner here as they go in search of try number 4 and the bonus point inside the first half.
Yeah, they've scored off that driven line out, so they can be confident in it. But the last 2 line outs have gone awry, so they'll want to make sure that this gets thrown straight and they can have a go at it, because their scrum is such a strong weapon.
Simpson has to get the arrows right here. Much better. Well, the contest was almost so good it's allowed Tigers to steal one.
Use it, please.
Lavery's clearance. Singh has been met. Oh no, well, I thought they were going to try and hold up Emma Singh. She's managed to smuggle her arms over the top and get it away. Venner then feeds Simpson. She'll do it in the loose if it's not quite happening at set piece time. Low collision away from Jones. Goulden, they've got a little bit more room to try and find the wing space. Down, and then it's going to be the run from Else, the support from Williams. She's looking for a second. Brilliant between backs and forwards. They all knew where they needed to be. Else initially makes the break that feeds Kate Williams. Her second, Gloucester Hartpury's 4th. Try bonus secured, Cat Merchant.
Yeah, really nice. They went from one side of the pitch to the other, and look at that line, that out-in line. Then it's the offloading. They must just at training do so much offload, because it's looking so good, so slick as well. And it's that one hand transitions to 2 to make the offload. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Winning culture breeds the sort of confidence that just leads you to be able to make those calls on the shoulder of your teammate. They know you're there. Feed the pass, and Williams with the classy dive under the sticks. 2 for Williams, 4 for Gloucester Hartpury. May open up a 21-point lead.
Yeah, looking at that angle, that one looked, let's say, quite flat. Possibly looked to drift a little forward then, but not being looked at. So some great lines of running off it though as well. Gloucester just looking so comfortable. They're just never, they're not frustrated at the line out not working. They just, they just turn whatever they can into a positive situation.
Oh. Hendy called it over the shoulder of those that were going to go up for it, and it promptly went straight through the breadbasket.
Yeah, second one tonight that they've dropped off of the kick-off, so they'll want to put those right. But, you know, just individual errors, I think, with some of these. As you said, it's gone over the top of the pod that we're expecting to catch it.
4th start of the season for Pip Hendy. No Nell Metcalf involved this week, who's had a prior run.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Labaree. Lingham came into first receiver position, and then Bitter with the run on the outside, hoping the gap might just open up. Kristen Bitter, she was caught between setting the pass and going on the run. They've done well to hold on to position here. Labaree fancied the dummy and the shoot, but that snipe is not going to come good this time. It's there for Hermione Farmer.
Tackle release.
Labaree wants to go back to that short side. Have they got the numbers? Good hold from Bitter. And well, it didn't really need Kasiakova to come into that gap, did it, Cat Merchant? As a winger, that has got to slightly frustrate you.
Yeah, definitely. I think she should have just held her width out there. The only reason you do that is when people are drifting across it. She could possibly have gone for not that in line, but the actual switch line with Bitter would be what maybe she was thinking of. But yeah, not the greatest.
I think Lingham had the option of a 2-on-1, didn't she? But she had no one to give it to.
Yes, yeah. I'd always say, as a winger, hold your width for as long as you possibly can. And if someone does drift across you, it's because they want to then switch you back in. But that one just a bit of misunderstanding.
Taken by Else. Goulden feeds Bunker, tried to get the one-handed offload away. Bitter's there to tidy it up. Tackle comes in from the double try scorer Williams. Oh, just left out on the fingertips from Emerson Allen. Oh, looked like one she'd caught and gave it up.
Yeah, those fingertip ones, wasn't it? And I think Leicester are diving on their opportunities to really try and go for it. But ones like that are just so frustrating when they finally got it in. Yeah, she had it in her hands. She had it.
She just tossed it back into the ocean.
Yeah, yeah, don't want this one.
Former Twin Cities Gemini player from Florida. One of those who played the full 80 last time around last week.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
There for Jones. Immediately being controlled at the back. Lewis is asking the question of the referee, when are you going to put that arm out? When are we going to have penalty advantage so that we can play? The kick away goes straight into touch, so we will come back for the advantage. And Gloucester Hartpury can build a little more.
I think with that, though, if you've got the penalty advantage, you don't just need to kick and hope. Like, keep it in hand, play it, and have a go, because they do have danger runners out there. They've got Venner, one of the quickest players in this league. Like, get a ball in hand and let her have a go.
I think it's the bugbear of a few people in rugby circles that penalty advantage doesn't mean do something mad.
Yeah, yeah. It can mean go slightly more high risk, but just the kick away, it breaks my soul a bit when I see it, because it's one of those that always happens.
It's a wonderful kick from Singh. Sends Gloucester Hartpury into the heart of the Leicester Tigers 22 to turn the screw at the end of this first half. 4 on the board, try bonus points secured. Forwards have decided the call. O'Dowd advises Simpson where she needs this to be placed. Good throw to the middle. It's with Williams.
Oh, no, you're on the side.
Williams has still got it under the arm in there. And the meters are still coming as Tui Pilotu says, drive on me.
She was in the middle originally.
Welsh framer Tui Pilotu.
No change, 8.
Sean Jones thinks she's going to have to play this, so she does with the break. Little bit of footwork, wanted to try and get around Lingham, but it wasn't to be. Goes again, they queue up, they get low. 2 metres short now. Pick and go, and try time. Allow Pearce to perhaps cap off the work that we've seen in the loose, the leg drive that Kat Merchant touched upon earlier. But that was about the force of the Gloucester Hartpury pack. And she may be on a PWR debut, but she's showing the class of an international Welsh athlete. And it's Gloucester Hartpury's 5th try.
Yeah, she's had a busy evening today. She's been putting big hits in. This is just a really good carry. Just dropping her body weight low because she doesn't want to risk being held up. Gets underneath 2 defenders to make sure she scores that one. But yeah, she's definitely been busy this evening.
Well, Emma Singh, she's wearing number 15. And she clocks up 15 points for her own personal tally. And the referee will bring an end to the first half. Well, it's a first half in which Leicester Tigers certainly looked like they were going to have more to say after that opening first few minutes when they immediately replied to Gloucester Hartpury's attack. But the nature of a full or a fairly full rotation for the defending champions is that you've got a lot of players coming in that really want to prove themselves and show to head coach Dan Murphy that they should be considered for the next big hit out in anger. And they are combining well. 5 tries on the board then for Gloucester Hartpury. They lead at half-time at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road by 35 points to 7. It's been a tough afternoon so far for Leicester Tigers, hasn't it, Kat?
Yeah, it has, and there's been glimpses of what they can do, and when they have tried to get it wide, and they do have a good attack in the bank. They're just not being clinical enough. So there's a couple of knocks on. They're under pressure in the scrums. They've got quite a lot of work ahead of them in the second half as well, because they can't let their head go down. They're going to have to really lift up and have a go.
Certainly have. Right, you can see us in shot here in our lovely little commentary cam. Nice shot on my mittens. You enjoying those? Hello. Right, that's the first half. You can come back and join us where we'll run through the highlights of that first half if you have just joined us here on BBC iPlayer, and of course others watching on the PWR YouTube. But yeah, it has been an enjoyable first half. But Gloucester Hartpury showing why they have that champion quality. First half highlights and a little more festive fun to come very shortly.
New era.
Solo again, popped off, switch of direction, they come back round the other side, nice going, a little dink across, can they get on the end of this? Oh, it needs to be controlled, beautifully done by Rona Lloyd, and it is Sale who opened the scoring at the Twickenham stoop. The patience is well rewarded.
Here's Ross again, she looks at every inch a top quality operator. There's another one in Richardson. Lovely step from Lingham, that's delightful. Now, chance for the Tigers to get themselves on the scoreboard here. Gunter puts the ball on the edge to Kasakova, who's scoring. Tigers coming up with a beauty.
Corrigan spies the half gap. Granzotto's tackle. Apps finding Evans on an incisive line. Evans with one to beat with Macmillan in support, and that a richly deserved score for Saracens' beloved cup captain Lou Macmillan.
Amory just keeps hold of things and causes a little bit of an issue here for Tigers as they're opened up on the left-hand side. Here's Laughlin, cuts in. Vicky Laughlin already seeking the try line, and Trailfinders opening up with the most comprehensive of beginnings. Back at home and in the groove right away.
Phillips goes in, Michaeli Tutu. Now we saw a lot of this for Harlequins against Leicester. Warning there for Nick James to get round, go again. Paris Redding as well. Quins decide to use the backs. Cromack, space out wide. This time it goes to Wilcott. Wilcott backing herself and scoring! Quins take the lead for the first time in the match.
Evie Gallagher, the 8, capitalising on the work of her 6. And now the Bears are in full flight. Oh, that's as good a dummy as you'll see anywhere on planet rugby. Coast to coast, from the brilliant Bears who are coming to life here on Sunday afternoon at Shaftesbury Park.
New era.
Well, the chance to see some of the tries that were scored in round 7 of the PWR. But as for round 8, well, look away quickly if you didn't want to see the other scores, and you're hoping to tune into some of those games later, because we have Harlequins who ran out against Bristol Bears. At the big game yesterday at Allianz Stadium, it was 38 points to 12 that they won there. Saracens, well, they've gone up to the Mawson Stadium to play Sale Sharks, and, well, they are looking good, aren't they? The only team to be playing 8 games this side of Christmas. They haven't had their bye week yet, and they are cruising. Top of the table then, 36 points to 17, their win against Sale Sharks. And Loughborough Lightning, they love a draw, don't they? They have drawn 29 all with Trailfinders, with Exeter that they drew against earlier in the season. So 29 points apiece at St Stadium at Franklin's Gardens. What an entertaining match that one was with our colleagues Joe Burns and Giselle Mather. So Leicester Tigers 7, Gloucester Hartpury 35 is how things sit here at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road, and we can guide you through these first half highlights.
So started off so quickly into this with Gloucester just being able to scan, move it wide to a Pilotu, had put some real pressure on them earlier of line speed, and this time they just managed to move it to the outside for Singh to just casually take it with one hand and go over for her score there. Leicester responded pretty quickly by getting a few penalties, moving their way up the pitch, but then this one goes to go left, comes back to the right. But then it's the penalty here that ends up being a yellow card penalty try for that high shot. So Gloucester were down to 14 for the next 10 minutes on this one.
Yeah, officials doing well to have that discussion come to the right conclusion.
Absolutely, and then Gloucester line out operating really well at this point, and a great finish into this one, as we said, looked like a training park move as they went through that one. And then again, the arms out. They're just playing with advantage most of the time, and it's an easy one for Venna, really. She's so fast. Just that arcing run round the outside off Lizzie Golden's offload for that break. Just in and around the breakdown, just spotting there was that gap in tight.
And Kate Williams, having got the first try, well, she fancied a second, but what a brilliant line it was from Else.
Yeah, really great line and good offloads as well. And again, just highlighting the gaps in the defence, managing the out to in line. They're forcing Leicester to come in tight, then they're scrambling, and then the Gloucester have such a good offloading game. Once they're in behind, it's almost impossible to stop them. And then going a bit more route one for this one. Pierce getting over, who's had some great runs so far this evening and been doing all the dog work.
5 tries to the good then over the course of that first 40. But of course, look at that, the Christmas pudding hat. I'm a big fan of that. And Santa obviously taking a well-earned break before the big night in a few days' time. And speaking of festive times, well, we couldn't resist ask a few little festive this or that questions to our head coaches earlier on. So I think you'll enjoy this. Brussels sprouts or parsnips?
Both, but if I had to pick one, Brussels sprouts.
Depends what they're with. If Brussels sprouts have bacon lardons, I'm in. If the parsnips have a bit of honey and mustard glaze, I'm in.
Great. Paper hat, wear it or bin it?
Oh, it doesn't fit my head, unfortunately.
Bin it, but head's too big.
Film, Die Hard or Elf?
Die Hard.
Oh, Elf all over.
Song, Wham or Mariah?
Wham.
Oh, can I go Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York?
Oh, he's gone left field. Drink mulled wine or cheeky Baileys?
Cheeky Baileys with a bit of ice.
Mulled wine.
Real tree or artificial?
Artificial.
Oh, real tree.
Mince pie or Yule log?
Oh, mince pie.
Yule log.
Board game or charades?
Charades. Board games. Terrible at charades.
White lights or coloured lights?
Oh, we got white lights on at home.
White lights.
Christmas carols or Christmas markets?
Christmas markets.
Oh, Christmas carols. My wife loves a Christmas carol.
How lovely. And it just goes to show how we're all a little bit different, doesn't it? Except that head coaches have too big a heads to enjoy a Christmas hat. What did you make of all that, Kat?
I just thought that was brilliant. It looked like it could have been scripted because they honestly were just so opposite, but I was there. They were done completely at different times, but yeah, just so opposite.
Yeah, I know. I love the fact that Fraser Goetcher, he wasn't sure he was happy with his Die Hard answer, but you know, because he loves Elf, he told us then afterwards. Yeah. But then Dan Murphy went for Elf. And then they're not going to get in each other's way at the Christmas jukebox. One of them wants Wham, the other one wants the Pogues. That's fine. And they're each going to have a different drink at the bar, you know, a bit of mulled wine or a bit of an Irish cream. And then, what was it, the mince pie or the Yule log, they each want different things there. I mean, Fraser Goetcher, and I'm not sure they can go out on the same night out, or whether they can, I don't really know. Yes. Don't really know what the answer is there. But we're super grateful for them doing that for us. We have asked a few of these questions as well of some of the other coaches across the PWR over this round 8 ahead of Christmas. So keep an eye out on the PWR socials if you would like to keep up with those. Leicester Tigers then, you know, down in this game, 7 points to 35, Kat. We've talked about them being in development. What do you say at a half-time moment like this? What are you going after second half, knowing the strength of the champions in town?
I think they're in for a tough half without a doubt, and I think they've had moments of fantastic attack. I just think down to it's that one-on-one tackling, it's the want, and I don't know what they need to hear to get them to do it, because is it technical? Is it tactical? Is it actually just mentally not going for it? Is it seeing the big runners like Tuipulotu and thinking, oh, I don't really want to go in there? But I think they just need to be braver and go for it. But that said, some of them are doing that, and it is a big ask because Gloucester are a very, very good side.
Yeah, they are. And they're also a side that has that depth. It's something that Fraser Goetcher spoke about at the start of the game, and that is not something that Leicester Tigers have the luxury of in terms of squad depth. So they are aware of what the visitors have, and at the minute it is certainly looking like the Slater Cup is going to be firmly in the hands of Gloucester Hartpury. But what can Leicester Tigers do in order to try and wrestle that away over the course of this second 40? And of course this is the last round before we have a bit of a break on the PWR as well, because after this second half we will be taking a bit of a break. The PWR resumes on the last weekend of January. We will have a Friday Night Lights game to welcome everybody back, which will be Ealing Trailfinders against Harlequins from Trailfinder Sports Ground. So we're really looking forward to that. But also probably everybody just enjoying a little bit of downtime, because post-World Cup we have loved having bumper audiences, whether that's people turning up in stadia or whether it's you watching on iPlayer and beyond. Women's rugby is certainly going places, and we are loving having absolutely everybody along for the ride. Tigers replacements then going through the motions, keeping themselves warm for what's to come second half. Oh, here come the Gloucester Hartpury side. Few of the core Gloucester Hartpury faithful have made the journey up as well, just along from our commentary position. We've got the likes of Maud Muir, Sam Monaghan, Sat Hurd, Mo Hunt, all cheering on the side. Well, the last 40 minutes of the year for both of these sides as Kristen Bitter gets into the huddle, reinforcing the last few messages that came from the dressing room. And Tigers looking to ensure they acquit themselves well before they allow themselves a slice of turkey and a Brussels sprout or two. Brussels sprout or parsnip, Cat Merchant?
Parsnip, every time.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, what about
good.
you?
Yeah. Yeah, my only problem is when parsnips do impersonations of roast potatoes.
Right.
And then you think you're getting a nice bit of roast potato and it's a very sweet vegetable.
Yeah, I think that's maybe a you problem, but...
Quite thankfully, the game's underway. Anyway. As long as there's lashings of gravy, I don't really mind what it is. I'm a condiments man, Cat Merchant.
Yeah, solid. Cranberry sauce.
Yep, yep. Oh, it's a lovely little shimmy from Emma Singh. Oh, it's just been knocked on.
Yeah, Singh initially doing that little dodge to go through. I think she thought possibly the kick, should she have chosen to do one, might have been charged down from the pressure of Leicester. So goes, it's not held there, so she can get up and go despite the shouts of the Leicester coaches in the crowd, but it does end up getting knocked on anyway. So Leicester get a scrum, but as we've seen in the first half, it's been put under an immense amount of pressure from this Gloucester pack.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Scrum is a little more steady. Lingham. Straight into Goulden. Labarrie. Oh, not forwards from Russell.
Play on his off her feet.
Off the feet, says the referee. Well, Venner now with some space to run into, and Venner eating up the metres. Gets it placed back. Shackles is there. Played back in Williams. Goulden. Oh, blow on the whistle from the referee.
Thumbs off.
He spotted a collision there and wanted to look at safety first for Denny Ross, who just got caught.
Yeah, I think might have got a bit of an elbow, but look at Venner here. She just decides she's going, calves between two players. Takes two to bring her down, does really well to, I think possibly could have kept that on ground rather than offloading to put pressure on. But here's the, there we go, yeah, there's an elbow coming into the head there.
Appreciation from the referee to just pause the contest.
I wonder if Lizzie's thinking about that flight.
So changes at half-time. We did see Beth Ann Lewis come on a couple of times over that first half for other stoppages, HIAs and whatnot, and we are now seeing her onto the field replacing Tad Copson. And Leicester Tigers have made the change at half-time. Clodagh Dunn has been replaced by Dino Nadine Vincent, Cheltenham-based player, on for this second half. They do have Eve Slater waiting in the wings, looking to make a Tigers debut. This is just another look at where Gloucester Hartpury have been in full flight.
nice if you can get it. You can tuck your shirt to the right thing, so I'll have a look at that. Yeah, scrum purple because they're in possession. Turns back on.
So we're notified of the change of
Crouch. Bind. Set.
free kick Tigers.
Early shove.
Yeah, Gloucester don't need to do that. They're dominant anyway. They don't need to push on the edge of being under pressure or anything like that. They can just let it set, then get the secondary drive on.
Bitter has launched that aerially, but didn't quite allow it to be contestable enough. As a result, it's not particularly been effectual in either direction. As Williams takes it on. Should mention it was a reversal of the change with Bethan Lewis earlier, so we do still have Tabitha Coxon with us, as we saw a few moments ago. That time it's Hendy who brings it forwards. Oh, but it's been lost on the floor, and Lingham was right there to get hold of it. Tigers having to work so hard for every possession. We're just continuing with a few more stoppages here as players require a bit more attention. Sian Jones that time.
Yeah, it's just starting to look a little bit scrappy. There's a bit ball gets kneed forward, I think, in the attempt to secure it, and then Lingham picks it up, gets good leg drive off it, but then just goes a bit scrappy off of that.
It's just a boot as Jones tried to make the tackle on Lingham. It just flicked up and caught her in the face. We won't show you that one again. It's safe to say that our directors winced a couple of times in my ear about that particular challenge.
Yes, could hear it. So we know it's bad before we then see it.
Oh, we are going to see it. Okay.
Hold that weight. Wait for the ball to be in. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Going backwards again. It's another one that's just not been hooked. And Jones back to her feet. In for Goulden.
No, wait.
Another good few metres down that left wing channel to allow Jones to send it back in. Chop tackle comes in on O'Dowd. Jones saw that they were up a little flat and kicks it over the top.
50-22.
It's a 50-22 as you hear the referee call.
Lovely nudge, really good tactical awareness there to scan and see that Leicester weren't in position, so 50-22 could be on. So yeah, breakdown is in that, and then it's that box over the top. I've got to say it's a lovely bounce as well to get go. It looked like it was going pretty straight, and then for it to curve off there. They'll be very, very happy with that.
It's a great bit of awareness from Jones. Quite happy to put boot to ball. Just on the fingertips and tipped down.
Al Green.
Back with Gloucester Hartpury. Lucy Simpson has it.
Al Green. Purple down.
Falling to ground.
No, you don't leave it green. Leave it. Leave it. You're on. Sorry. One on the ball. Sorry. Held by purple.
Not the quickest for Jones. Goulden. Tui Palotu. Oh, the quick offload for Williams. They're queuing up on the outside here. Tigers have to be physical, have to contest. Jones. Tackle wasn't completed. It's there for Goulden, running at pace. Gloucester Hartpury showing champion quality again. They're short-numbered. But Gloucester Hartpury will either punch round the side or straight through the middle, as is their want. Jones looks left this time, once again. Venner, will just tiptoe through in the end. Too many options for Tigers to be able to keep an eye on and defend. And Mia Venner finds her way through for her second of the match as Gloucester Hartpury are the first to score 7 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, they looked like they were going the direct route going through their pack, which was drawing in the Leicester defence in tight. So then great decision to end up moving it a little bit wider. And again, just their offloading has been fantastic throughout this game. Here's when they look like they're going to start playing the tight game to bring them in, and then decide that actually there's a little bit of space out on that left-hand side, and Venner throws the dummy and then just goes straight through. I don't know, it's going to sound harsh, but that's a tackle. That's a one-on-one, you just have to make them. And Gloucester are great, yes, and they're doing some lovely lines of running, but fundamentally, Leicester have to make one-on-ones.
Vice Cap Merchant, Rugby World Cup winner in 2014.
So there's the dummy, but you can't be bought by a dummy in that area. You've just got to make your shot.
Singh keeps up the 100% record from the tee so far this afternoon. 2 tries from Venner. Gloucester Hartpury up to 42 now. A reminder, this is a side missing 9 or 10 of their front line starters.
Scary, isn't it? Scary how good that this Gloucester side can be, that they can rotate pretty much everyone.
1, 14 and 12.
So Tigers looking to make changes. Ellie Smith, Zoe Evans and Georgie Lingham make way. You can see the number. Eve Slater, 23, on for Tigers debut. She's actually the first player to graduate from the Tigers Women's Under-23 programme. News of the signing around 9 days ago. Slater from London originally. And she is on the far side. Chance to get a run in the PWR. Immediate turnover. Hendy's got away here. O'Dowd on the shoulder. Dummy originally, hoping she might get further upfield, but that'll do. It's a good 40-metre return. Now room on the outside. Shackles did well. Tipped on into the hands of Venner, who controls it with the foot, then gets it up with the hand. Wants to get around 1, gets around 2. Eventually brought to ground. Gianna Gordon was hoping to try and get a bite in at that, but not being given the shot. Oh, Singh couldn't quite hold what was a slightly tricky pass.
Yeah, she's a bit too flat there. Needs to get a bit deeper so she could hit onto that. If you are going to want to play it wide and flat, need those outside backs to just be a bit deeper onto that. So the first one was just the flick to try and keep it, which makes sense to try and keep it alive. But the second one, when she's on the end of it, would have just wanted to be a bit further back. And Venner, dangerous. She's running sideways though, so should be getting absolutely shot down there.
Danny Allen Solly is one of those who has come off the bench for Tigers, originally from Yorkshire. Former Loughborough player in Lichfield.
Crouch.
And Abigail Priestnell, who is from Gloucester Hartpury, who is on, wearing 22.
Set.
Steadier on the scrum that time.
Row 7.
Priestnell happy to take it on. Laborie. Gordon tips it on for Russell. Huge hit on Jordan Russell. Width found. Chance of the speedster Slater to get going. Just run out of room. They started to get excited to the left of our commentary position as Slater went, but ran out of road.
Yeah. The way she ran onto the pitch, you can tell she's absolutely buzzing to make her mark, and she does look absolutely rapid. So just needed another metre or so there, didn't she, of width to be able to utilise her pace a bit more, but good cover defence from Gloucester.
Williams with the take. Goulden sends them on their way. Claps the hands, wants quick service. Ball comes through the crowd of bodies, and then Shekels is there.
Release, Green!
To Pilotu with the light little bit of link play. Else has had a good game as well, linking between the backs and the forwards. Steph Else, Singh.
Away.
She'll be one deserving of that Christmas break. To Pilotu again with a little tip on. We're seeing all of the skills from the Welsh prop forward. Goulden. Defence has come flying up. Definitely the space is where it is behind. Makes the kick. That'll do. Just wonder whether those out on the wider channels needed to see that coming a little sooner, Cat Merchant, and be a little quicker to the races.
Yeah, potentially, because normally you can see that they're lined a bit flat. Venner, in particular, is very good at standing there and giving away if she wants it kicked over. That time didn't look potentially like they knew that was coming. They're a little bit deeper onto it, so it makes it a much harder chase on that outside area. And in fact, it's not the backs at all out there, is it? So
I'm going to say it's none of the wingers, is it?
Yes, no, so that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, time's off. Time's off. Got 2 players down.
Tiana Gordon is the Leicester Tigers player who is just down at the minute, and we'll give Gordon the space required to receive due attention. Hannah Dallavale is just going on to the field. And Gordon just on. I actually did see Tiana Gordon just there. I thought she had cramp for a moment, but she has just stayed down a little longer than we might expect. So.
Yeah, I thought it was cramp, but then maybe it's looking at more like Achilles or something if it's taking that long. But hopefully it's not as serious as it's looking right now with the medics around her. Tough with stop-starty, isn't it, when he starts to become that, when a game's gone really, and there's a side that's obviously with a significant lead for either sides now to mentally be switched on when there has been a couple of injury breaks that have been a little bit lengthy as well. So tough going, and players probably need to keep warm as well to make sure that when there is a long break, they need to be active at the minute they're stood round. They might want to think about, depending how long this is, bit of movement, bit of dynamics, just to make sure they're keeping the body warm.
Gloucester have looked to make a change. They have brought on number 23, Hannah Dallavale, formerly Hannah Jones, and have replaced Mia Venner, scorer of those 2 tries. So Gloucester Hartpury are, well, effectively now without out-and-out scrum half cover.
Yes, I don't know. I think about this earlier, and I wonder if Singh could just go in and do it. Like, you know, I mean, like when you've got the skill set of being able to cover, I think not necessarily to go in and start at it, but if to just go in if needs must, I think you can do it. I even played 9 for Worcester once, and I'm not skillful.
Blakey George,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
She's there wearing 21. Yeah. She's brought onto the bench. Wasn't initially part of the matchday 23, but was a late change, and so they effectively have Blakey George there as nominated number 21. Scrum half cover, I guess. And there's Matt Banahan, of course, part of the coaching ticket with Gloucester Hartpury this season, working alongside Dan Murphy. Just wonder how many jump scares this Gloucester Hartpury team are going to have to put up with Matt Banahan in the coaching ticket.
Yeah, quite a few probably.
Yes, I'd say so. Formerly assistant coach with Scotland. One of life's good humans. Well, Tiana Gordon is now up, and we're pleased to say walking off the field, which is a great sight after having received a fair bit of attention.
It's going to be a Leicester line out. So you go on the
Let's hope that whatever the initial concerns were are gloriously unfounded, and that Tiana Gordon is safe and well to enjoy a well-deserved Christmas break.
Time back on.
Defensive line out in their 22 for Tigers to resume with.
Backwards.
Went backwards as it's picked up by Farmer.
Away, purple!
Henrichin at first receiver.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage being played, as the referee says. The kick away from Bitter won't be seen as sufficient penalty advantage. Of course, when it's a knock-on advantage, kicking the ball away will be seen as advantage over because you've chosen to maintain possession and kick it away. But if you kick it away on a penalty advantage, you'll be given the chance to have a better go at that and potentially take some territory upfield, which is what Kristen Bitter is going to choose to do.
On the edge.
And Leicester Tigers will have the line out near the 10-metre line.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, having the possession as well as the territory, rather than just if they kick it away in open play, they'll be giving it back to Gloucester. Again, would have probably wanted slightly more distance on that, but at least they've got the ball at the minute.
Good take at the line out. It's been a pretty decent area of the game for Leicester Tigers. Laberry, did that go forwards? Referee happy it's backwards, but now there's the pressure from Dalavale, who gets a boot to it and gets the pick-up. Gloucester Hartpury again in possession, again knocking on the door, again driving towards the line. Penalty to the visitors.
Wales on the floor.
They were hoping they might have ripped that, but they were on the floor when it came to it. Go on, Gloucester Hartpury opting for the scrum here, Kat.
Yeah, right call. They're only 5 metres out. Scrum's been really dominant. Line out in some areas hasn't been as much. As great kick through from Hannah there. She does so well to just keep it, gather it, and go through.
She topped the ball so successfully that it immediately span up into her arms. If that's what she intended, hats off, Hannah Dalavale.
Of course she intended it, of course.
How dare I doubt it. Big movement on the scrum. Going towards that line, the chance of the break, the chance of the score, taps Copson. Try time. Well, she's been in the wars a bit. She's got the full 80s headband to go with her efforts this afternoon. And that is try number 7 for Gloucester Hartpury. It's taken them a while to add a second in this second half, but eventually the forward power telling once again.
Absolutely. I think it's been a while because of the injury breaks rather than them not being able to have a go. But yeah, it's really nicely timed there as well. Just kept control at the base. There was one earlier that got kicked back into the scrum, but actually this one kept really nice control, timed it well, found a gap between the two defenders so she could get over and score for Copson.
Metronomic in her delivery of another 2 points.
Gloucester 1 and 2.
Emma Singh just extending her lead at the top of the points record scoring for the season as Copson goes through 2 for the score.
Yeah, just the pack has been so dominant in that scrum area today for Gloucester, and it makes it so hard for Leicester to get any decent attacking platform off the scrum when it's going backwards or struggling or even getting turned over.
Bitter. Just seen a few slightly needless handling errors, and I think some real frustration off the face of Sophie McQueen there.
Well, it's 3 off the kickoffs, 3 kickoffs dropped. I mean, they're getting kicked to a lot because they're scoring a lot, but you'd want to be, you know, dealing with those kickoffs.
It's a chance to practice your restart, isn't it? And not quite getting it as Leicester Tigers bring on Jenny Maxwell, who replaces Labarrie.
Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's a really good shove once again from Gloucester Hartpury, but Tigers have managed to maintain it. Big double hit in the middle though, sending Henrich back from where she came. Maxwell with the service. Catch was good from Emerson Allen. Bitter. Fury was ready for the kick on the outside, but Singh was also well positioned for it, and Singh might just side through once again, which she tends to do. Being second on the charts for most defenders beaten in the PWR this season. Oh, it's fallen beautifully into the hands of Jenny Maxwell, who charged that down. I need someone else to play scrum half. It's going to be Emerson Allen, who deputises in that role. Maxwell returns from the half break. Just the knock on though in the build. Alicia Watkins, was it? Replacement onto the field. Coach killer, really.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But this charge down, Maxwell, I want to see this again. They're perfect as well. Normally when you get those, it bounces off, but she manages to catch it between her forearms, I think. Really great impact straight off the bench to come on and do that.
Wedge.
And then, oh, just those, yeah, don't want to be watching those back again.
Crouch. Bind. Yeah, let's get those spines here. Second and third stability. Let's go. We've got that time between the calls, okay? So let's get. Just wait.
Seconds.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Use it.
Copton for Jones. Singh. Oh, she's just sidestepped straight through the gap. Jones on the inside. On the outside is Shekels. She was well chased back. It's really good work from Tigers. Good work from Kasikova. That looked for all the money like it would be the line break that would lead to another try.
Yeah, great defensive effort to come back and track across for that one for the two of them, because off the scrum, nice platform, good hands from Jones, great from Singh as well, head down, realises there's a 2v1, lovely flat pass, but great defensive effort from those two to come across and make sure she gets pushed into touch.
Kasikova defending the break, having been one of those making them in the last match against Trailfinders. She was actually second on the log for the number of line breaks, getting a try in that match. Straight down for Maxwell, who just lost it over their head, and in fact she's lost it entirely. Gloucester Hartpury have it. There again with McQueen. Goulden. Defensive line comes flying up, shuts that particular attack down. Jones will come back the other way. Tuipulotu is there. Oh, big collision into Russell. Williams, classy player. 2 tries to a name in this one so far. Else gets it away. Not much opening up for Dalla Valle. Good defensive work there from the replacement Eve Slater, and in fact the penalty will arrive at the Tigers, and that's the sort of defensive set that certainly Fraser Goach has talked about this week of wanting to see.
Yeah, that was really great to get in over that ball, make it really obvious, going for the jackal, and it's all about timing them as well. So good line speed up, getting the initial tackle, and again that hand release goes straight onto it. Again, textbook jackal and penalty for a team.
It's one of those ones where they say you really want to create the picture for the referee, and Kashiri certainly did that.
3, 7 and 10.
Further changes then being made for Gloucester Hartpury. Coming onto the field, Eloise Harris for a debut. Ellie Wilson for a debut. And Ellie Green onto the field as well, the former England under-20. Joined the circus from the Trailfinders last season, but the 2 debutants on for Gloucester Hartpury then in Harris and Wilson, making the club proud. Steph Else has not put a foot wrong over the course of this one. Dalla Valle look to wind up the big one. Shekels, who's taken this position out on the right-hand wing since Venner left the field. Ball was lost forwards, was it? No, referee saying that there was an offside.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of confusion of what was going on, but in the end, they've decided that they're going to go for the line out.
Head to the line, please.
Got news for you, Cat Merchant. Obviously, with those changes that have been made for Gloucester Hartpury, Lizzie Goulden has made way. So whether she's made her way to the car immediately to go and get a well-earned break and to head back to her native New Zealand. I know everybody was concerned, but she is out of here.
Time's on.
Straight through the middle they come. Ellie Wilson.
Tucker now, roll.
Wilson in the blue scrum cap. They like the look of her. And another decent run as well. They're queuing up here. Shekels coming in on the line. Was well stopped. This Leicester Tigers defence is being questioned again though, and Steph Else comes forwards, driven back. Copson helps secure it. Ball pops up. Big collision in the middle as they get ever closer through Wilson. Now is it on a little wider? Not quite that time. Just stopped as Bunker recognised the role that was needed.
She's trapped underneath you.
Tigers just having to work so hard still in this match. Still with enough time to go. Oh, it's nearly the line opening up for Wilson. So busy since she's come on already. 3 carries, looking a real threat. They go the same way. They're queuing up on the outside. It's another one. It's Dalla Valle. Just a case of waiting for the dam to break. And it was just inevitable, Cat Merchant, that it would.
Exactly the word I had in my mind. It was inevitable that was coming. They keep their patience. Gloucester do really well in attack. They, they've got the options to go through the middle. They've got the ability to go wide. And you have to say Jones at 9. Speed of ball's been great at executing, getting it out there. And then it's just easy hands in here. Could potentially look at a high tackle in on that one as well, though, on that corner. They might not, as it was scored anyway, but...
Well, they decided to give Emma Singh a really tough one. But she is something else. You actually got a groan of approval from Mattioli Woods, Welford Road on the other side. Perhaps it was a noise of shock and awe at how good Emma Singh is from the wide.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, that really was on the on the touchline. 5 metres in, and then to nail that one, she's been absolutely on form. How many points is it? I'm putting you on the spot here. How many has she got?
She is up to 21.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, is it?
At all.
She had 52 points in the lead before coming into this one, up to 73 now. Superb display from the tee from Emma Singh.
Scrum advantage, green.
Knock on is with Jordan Russell. There with Tigers. Oh, and it's some fierce stuff over there as Pip Pendy comes flying out of the cluster of bodies.
No hands, 8.
Eloise, Nadine
Good strong
Vincent, I
advantage,
should
nine
say,
still.
bringing that one forwards. Tigers slightly going backwards in possession here. Kasakova, it came off the knees. Maxwell fires it in. You can tell that
No hands, 23.
Abigail Priestnell is having a look at what might be on down that 10 channel. If she can get rid of the defence, thinking that it's on the outside, determined to be
No advantage, coming back.
another threat with ball in hand. But Tigers, with the knock-on advantage, probably lost the best part of 15 metres.
Yeah, that's where he kept possession, but then have gone back so far because of that Gloucester defence, just putting pressure on them. That's a long way back. So just losing that ball in contact, but they had the knock-on advantage that they were playing. Kick-off. Gloucester have done a lot of things right tonight, but kick-off receipts not on their highlights package.
Bind.
Agreed.
Set.
We saw a lot good from Ellie Wilson at the other end of the field a few moments ago.
Use it.
Maxwell gives it up for Priestnell. Good footwork from the replacement. Now Tigers come round the corner. They've got the opportunity to secure the ball. Henrich then with the run. Henrich still going with it. Bitter
No hands, 16.
helping them through the gap. Then it's there. Jordan Russell. The line of Russell's mercy. That's super. Jordan Russell. Typically abrasive over the course of the match. And on the 70th minute able to get over and add a second try to the tally for the afternoon's work. She's probably broken up from school, the Year 8 form and geography teacher at Leicester College. She actually was part of the double-winning Hartpury Uni Bucks Super Rugby side, the women's team there, but that was super strength.
Yeah, really nice run. Straightening up, good defence. A defensive effort coming in, but she's just so strong. Leg drive through, bounces out of one, continues on as well. Doesn't quite get it on the first grounded, hits her own arm, I think, but then gets it on the second end. Started off that all by Henrich, she's had a quietish game so far, but then that run was brilliant in the build-up to that try.
Goes wide from Bitter. But Jordan Russell with Tigers' second score.
We need a ball. Quite way off. Yeah, right? When you're ready.
Granny Samuda, one of those who is also off the bench for Gloucester Hartpury. And she has been 5 out of 6 times for the club this season.
Use it.
Told to use. Oh, right out on the fingertips. It might just end up proving to be the perfect place for the ball to be for Hendy to have made those meters, though. Certainly did well. Delivered on for Wilson from Williams. Else. Singh. Williams again, got the offload away, and Jade Shekels that time, following Captain Fantastic into the action. Williams takes the contact, Shekels will take the try.
Yeah, she's had a busy second half. She's really moved herself around, as you mentioned. She's not popping up in the wing, been going through the middle and centres, going all the way to the other side as well. So Singh does well, carries into contact, and then they recycle it. Have a little look, and a great offload there from Williams, and then good score.
Got a while. Yeah. That just never stopped on those tie-offs, so.
Another one from Singh. We're just not remarking on them anymore, are we?
Well, that one's too easy, right in front of the post.
Of course, that's fair.
Yeah.
Shekels for their second PWR try of the season. Her second season with the club. Former GB7's Olympian, of course, Shekels. I think my favourite thing about Jade Shekels is she's a Rugby World Cup winner with the Red Roses, but she still hasn't played a full year as an England international.
Crazy stat.
Use it.
Kick from Jones. Invites Fury to come forwards onto it. Maxwell. Gets it away. Oh, Niamh Jones, is it? Straight into the action defensively for Gloucester Hartpury. The Irish international onto the field. Bitter. Just comes back to where the content was, and well, who did contact was? Who did she meet? Niamh Jones. Straight back to her feet, makes another hit. Link plays nice from Priestnell on the wrap around. That was decent. Henrich lays it back, but
away, green,
just a tackle, I think. Referee very happy that anyone came in and got the ball from a Gloucester Hartpury perspective. Claky George has come onto the field, and she's fizzing the pass out for Hendy. Hendy tiptoeing back in and up towards the 22. What an arm wrestle of a tackle that was with Emily Henrich. Eloise Harris with the carry. Green feeds it on. Jones met by the tackle of Alan Solly. Show from Jones. Penalty, Tigers.
Just like them in the door, straight off your feet.
Yeah, done for off feet there, and
straight off her feet.
Leicester Tigers putting in much braver efforts in their defensive effort. I think they've been really. I think the subs have made a good impact. They've brought on some energy to defending really tough. Maxwell's been throwing herself around as well.
On the line.
Front of the line, Bitter. Straight across the middle is Priestnell.
No purple, lost it.
Good take from Bitter right on the floor. Trying to smuggle the offload away. Look at the work that's being put in still from Allow Pearce. Trying to ruck through and win that possession. Tigers have still got it. Bitter will be there to just play it away. Just need a couple more bodies to help secure it on the floor at the minute, but it's ripped away. That's super work from Wilson, was it? Now Else is away. Looks on the outside. Lewis. Samuda came in to clear. Dallavale. Bobbing and weaving and trying to find a way through the Welsh centre. Eloise Harris will take it route one as is needed. Cleaky George will look at the option and find Pearce. On they'll go Shekels. Bitter putting the body on the line defensively. Samuda. Well met. Through the hands it goes. A little bit loose. Tigers hoped it might just be a loose ball enough to hack away, but it's still with Gloucester Hartpury. 9 tries on the board. Is Singh going to get another? She certainly is. Well, she was the first one across the whitewash. And she's going to make it the 10th try for Gloucester Hartpury.
Thank you.
Well, she's been in all the right places at all the right times, Cat Merchant.
Oh, she absolutely has. She's been incredible. Not just on off the tee has been fantastic, but scoring here under pressure out wide, getting covered. She had the fence across to her. She's just absolutely delivered in a new look team as well. Very rotated. She's just held it all together. Been fantastic, and she is my player of the match.
Can she keep it? The exemplary number over the course of the match. She can. What a conversion once again from Emma Singh. 10 from 10.
And a score as well to her name. So she's got, I'm terrible at maths, but that's high up there. It's got to be close to 30, is it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that's what we're up to. Bitter looks to go for a short one. I feel like if you're going to do that, your teammates either side of you need to be on the same page, and it didn't quite look like they were. Fury has a look at sending it back in field. Bitter, is it going to open up? Our clock tiptoes into the red, by the way. We are on the referee's watch. We have had a couple of stoppages, of course, but are expecting the game to conclude fairly shortly. George. Seemed a bit of an aimless kick from Cleaky George. Bitter's tried to send that through the gap.
Yeah, ball's out. Ball's out.
Leicester Tigers asked the question if it was lifted, and they said it was. Samuda was under all sorts of pressure as a result. Else again getting through. Singh finding the support back on the inside. Front rower on the loose. Pearce gets it laid back. Jones has the look. George again. Lewis. Oh, and it's going to be another run in. Dallavale for the corner and the finish. It's an 11th for Gloucester Hartpury as they twist the knife at the end of a long old afternoon for Leicester Tigers.
Just brutal for Leicester, but Gloucester, you have to say, I don't think there's another team that could have this many changes and deliver this performance that they have. Their scrum's been outstanding. Kickoffs they'll do some work on, but look at this, the ability for just a hands down the line. The link play looks like they play together all the time. Doesn't look like there's been rotation in there at all.
Second of the game for Dalavale off the bench. Another one for Singh. Oh, the cruelest of blows for Emma Singh. She leaves one out there, but it was 10 out of 11 for Emma Singh in a comprehensive performance, not just from her, but from this Gloucester Hartpury team as well, because they have scored 11 tries in a demolition job of the league's bottom of the table side. They may have had a raft of changes, but those who turned up certainly had a point to prove to Dan Murphy. Comprehensive victors by 75 points to 12 in the end. And Kat Merchant, is there going to be much debate around your player of the match?
Oh no, player of the match. You know, it's got to be Emma Singh. She's like to have 10 kicks successful, and most of them from touchline, only a couple from the middle there. I think she's been outstanding. The pack was incredible. They worked really well as a unit. The girl was just hugging her there, Kate Williams. She was a contender into it. She worked hard, got 2 tries, gotten around, but I think just that was pure class from Emma Singh there. So player of the match for me.
PWR player of the match then goes to the Gloucester Hartpury number 15. What a personal tally. 30 points for Singh as the side scored 75 in total. Well, I shall do my best to shimmy down and try and speak to Emma Singh. In the meantime, Kat Merchant, well, for those people who have just come in from a little bit of Christmas shopping, you can talk people through the highlights of the rest of that match. And Gloucester Hartpury, side that are unbeaten across this first period of the season. One bye week, 7 from 7 as they go into the Christmas break. The turkey, the stuffing, the pigs in blankets is all going to taste rather sweeter over that break. Of course, Saracens, the side that have played all 8 as the battle at the top of the table continues. But it is Gloucester Hartpury who will head back to the Cotswolds undefeated over the first section of the season. Second half highlights with Kat Merchant.
So starting off really as they left off. Gloucester just doing what they do well, and it's that dummy in there from Venner. Little dummy, goes straight through it. They just were absolutely relentless throughout this whole side, and then the pack as well, working so hard all the way through, and it's an easy pick really in the end, really well controlled, but then to go over the line. But they did have such an impressive performance as a pack today. Leicester though had worked hard throughout of this, and pleased for them to be able to get their second score with a great out to in line from Jordan. You can see that how much it means to her as well, punch in the air, because they have been working, Leicester, they've been building this season, and so to come away, those points really important for them. Seeing the player of the match involved in this one, a good carry, and then recycling through. Williams did a great run, offload to Shackles as well, which is fantastic, and then good hands out wide. Great from Singh into score, and there's that Gloucester side. What a game that they had, what a side that they are, to have the amount of rotations that they had into this squad and to still come away with 75 points is absolutely incredible. And I believe Nick Heath might have made his way down and he's found himself, so he is with player of the match, Emma Singh now.
Well, Emma, congratulations on the result. Congratulations on the PWR Player of the Match nod. How was that out there?
I think it was quite fun. I think our forwards led by example. Like, they gave us so much front football, and yeah, like we were able to score out wide in the end, and yeah, get a comfortable win in the end.
With that amount of changes, there was a chance that could be a very broken game of players not quite working with familiar combinations, but it seemed like there were a lot of players that were quite keen to show Dan Murphy what he's been missing.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great opportunity for the Pathway players to step up, have a go, and show like an opportunity on this stage. And I think, yeah, fair play to them. They all stood up, and it's a great difficult decision for Murph to make, like if they keep putting their hands up in the future.
How much are you enjoying your rugby at the minute? You've come through this side over the years, you've excelled, you've got your England cap, you're a Rugby World Cup winner. You seem to just be enjoying this oval ball game a lot at the minute.
Yeah, no, I think 2025 has been a really good year for me, and I think hopefully just keep building on and, yeah, no, see what's to come in the future.
The roast potato is going to taste a little bit sweeter now that we've had the unbeaten start to a Gloucester Hartpury season.
Yeah, definitely. I think have a few of them over the next few weeks, and yeah, come back in a month's time, and hopefully kick it back off again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. Let me present you with your backpack as you are our PWR Player of the Match. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thanks very much. Well, Emma, we'll let you make your way as it turns into, what was another dominant Gloucester Hartpury performance. 11 tries scored all in all, and Emma Singh slotting 10 out of 11 conversions. An absurdly strong performance from a side that took that many changes in terms of Dan Murphy's selection. And of course, here on the PWR, well, that rounds off our coverage, of course, over the course of the first 8 rounds of the competition, and we have got a little break until the end of January before we'll be picking up here on the iPlayer. But before we go, we've got the chance to speak to, well, the winning head coach is with us. Dan Murphy can pop on in and join me. Dan, congratulations on the win. Turns out rotation works quite well too.
Yeah, it was great to see some of the girls out there play, and we just had a lovely moment with the players. Sophie McQueen, first game, Ellie Wilson, Eloise Harris, Alal Pierce, Sophie McQueen's mum come to join us today, and it's brilliant to see the pathway growing and getting opportunities like this. But fair play to Leicester for sticking in that game the whole 80 minutes, challenging us, testing us, and making it a proper PWR game.
Yeah, you've got 7 wins then out of 7 in this first part of the season. What do you put that down to?
The group we've got, everyone wants to get better. I mentioned a few stats at half time, and they were like, we can be better. And I was like, come on then, let's go. The drive, the determination of this group, they're constantly raising everything, and it's amazing to be part of.
You've also had your nose to the grindstone as well. Are you going to get a little chance to get a break over Christmas?
Yeah, my wife and I are looking forward to a nice little break with the kids. Couple of weeks, take some breathing space and get ready for the second half of the season.
Well, we look forward to you joining us in that second half. But for now, well done, Dan. Great performance from Gloucester Hartpury.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Feel free to make way off to the side, and Kat can come in and rejoin me. Well done. Look at that, the magic of telly. The backboard disappears. Remarkable to make that many changes and to score 11 tries. We know that Leicester Tigers are the team at the bottom of the table, but they're a side that will put it out there, will meet you physically. It's impressive, isn't it?
Really impressive. I think that going into it, I assumed that Gloucester were going to win whatever side they put out, but to put 75 points on anyone and it's not your starting regular team, massively impressive.
Yeah, it certainly was. Thanks for joining us. Off to Paris later?
I am
Thank
tonight,
you very
yes.
much. It's all right for some, isn't it? Listen, wherever you've been watching, we really hope you have a fantastic Christmas if you celebrate. We're really looking forward to you rejoining us. We're here at the end of January, when it will be Friday Night Lights on the 30th of Jan as we resume round 9 of the PWR. But for now, from all of us, have a very Merry Christmas.